I'm trying to give a good example. Look, everybody's personal vision of cooning is different, right? And so, but I remember, I can't even name. It's been so long, I can't even remember the joke. But I remember, I used to have a joke, and I was saying, I date black women, but I want to date black women 2.0. And I'm like, I want to date black women that actually tip, or black women that don't mind getting their hair wet. And it was a funny joke, and I wrote it at like 27, right? But now looking at it at 41, and also having a daughter, I'm like, I don't do the joke anymore, clearly because I don't remember, but I don't do the joke anymore because it doesn't lift people up. It doesn't lift African American women up. And it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it it's not worth it for that laugh, a cheap laugh, to make African American women feel a certain way. But if I kept doing it and had no regard for African American women, or no regard, is what we would call cooning. Okay? Also though, some people would call cooning, if I'm just on stage, fucking a stool, that could be called cooning. I'm sure, let's be honest, I'm sure in my 14 years of doing comedy, somebody has called me a coon before. There's no doubt. My point for saying it is, as one of my favorite sayings is, when you know better, you do better. As you get older and you say, oh, that's a cheap joke. And comedians know when it's a cheap joke. But when we get to a point where we're like, okay, that's a cheap joke, then that would be considered cooning. But if we know it's a cheap joke and keep doing it, then that's cooning. And it's a lot of cooning going around. There's a lot of cooning. Okay. So I put the game on pause so I didn't drive and use my phone at the same time. Anyway, my man Trix put out a post today, and it just spoke to me. And his post read, "You can't deny us forever. I say us because there's plenty of comedians like me. We don't have a certain look, or aren't favorites of the powers that be, or don't fit the mold of what they feel comedy should be. Our talent is ignored. But we still shine. With every opportunity we get, and every stage we touch, our work speaks volumes they can't ignore. The day is coming, just be ready, and we will be." And I thought that was an awesome post. It spoke to me because I feel, and so much. I'm gonna tag him on this, and I hope he gets it. Hope we get a chance to chop it up and talk. But anybody that's been on the Trenton Davis journey over the years, and I'm not just saying this, and I'm serious, I've gotten second place in more comedy competitions than anybody I know. If you count second or the finals, I know I'm more than anybody I know. But I've gotten second place, minimum of 10 competitions. Some were, I acknowledge I didn't win. Others, but my point is, and I think Trick's point is, as you get into the game more, we realize that your talent only takes you so far. And then it's a lot of who people like, what the industry wants at that moment. Like, I'm saying this and make sure I'm not complaining. Right now, the industry understands that for decades, the industry has been ignoring women. So to try to fix it, they're trying to fix it all in 2 years. And so now most roles, or every other role, is for a woman lead. And that's okay. That's a good thing. But so what that means, though, is as of right now, just right now, sometimes as a male, you'll have less opportunity to win. Now, again, I'm not complaining. You know why I'm not complaining? Because I've been African American my whole life, and the entire time I've been African American, there's less chance I'm gonna win, unless it's an African American comedy festival. So less chance, which there ain't but one comedy competition, there ain't but one that I know. And women would say the same thing. Women would say, yeah, but as a male, men have been having a better opportunity than us for years, and they would be right. But it just, you know, but long. Let me. I got off of my what I'm trying to get to. I got off what I was trying to get to because I just wanted to say I understand what Tricks means. Tricks is strong. Tricks is strong. There is no reason in the world he shouldn't have been on AGT, Last Common Standing. Tricks is strong as fire. Fire. One of the strongest non-famous comedians I know, right? Myself, how do I put this? The people that you see that's doing it right now, and I'm not naming any names, the people you see that's doing it ain't the strongest comics in the game. Make no mistake. All right. I'm just going to use this name because I don't know him and he don't know me. I watched Aziz Ansari's last special and I thought it was good. Aziz Ansari is not as strong as Tricks right now. Now, I understand that the second word in show business is business. And so they're like, well, it doesn't matter how funny you are when you get to a point, are you putting ass in the seats? But understand the powers that be determine who gets on AGT, which determines how many people can see you, which determine how you put ass in the seats. I flew somewhere, and on the flight, I was lucky enough to be on the flight with Preacher Lawson. Preacher Lawson, hands down, one of the funniest people out there, right? From Orlando, funny dude, and a good person. Like, not only funny, a good person. So we was on the same flight, and we got off, and I'd never met him, mind you. I'd never met him. Got off the flight. He said, hey, let's go get some lunch. Him and his brother, and we all got lunch and chopped it up. And then I drove an hour and a half to my show where I performed in front of 150 people, 200 people, probably got $500. He drove 10 minutes to his show where he had about 1,000 people and probably walked away with $25,000. I'm not talking about, well, I am a little bit. So does anybody that's listening to me think that Preacher Lawson is $24,500 funny to me? No. But he did AGT and did well, so he earned it. He did AGT and did well, and now has followers that now he can go to Chicago and go. That show was in Fresno of all places, right? He can go anywhere and get about 1,000 people, and that's what Tricks is referring to when he says the powers that be. They hold the keys to the gate. They're the gate holders of the AGTs. They're the gate holders of the Bring the Funny. They're the gate holders of the Netflix specials and blah, 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 blah. And if we don't get those, then we'll never be able to, quote unquote, fulfill the business side of show business. Am I making sense? And that's what Tricks meant. Tricks said he has a look. Me and him about the same complexion. Maybe he's a little bit darker. You know, we not light skinned. We ain't got baby hair. And so, you know, I look just ain't it. And I know what you're gonna say. Well, Kevin Hart is dark skinned. Kevin, you're right, he killing the game. But have you not noticed that a lot of times what happens is when we got one that's doing it, whether it's Kevin Hart or Cat Williams or Mike, when it's one that's doing it, Hollywood focuses on that one, right? They focus on that one, and then all the rest have to fight each other and stab each other in the back to try to be that one. Now, I applaud the hell out of Kevin Hart because what he has done is said, when I make it, now I'm going to personally create opportunities for many people as he can. So he's helping and make opportunities for Tiffany Haddish and make opportunities for his camp, you know, Naeem and Lil Rail, and that's great. But Kevin, he's still, even doing all of what he's doing, is still not bigger than the industry of Hollywood, right? And so it just makes you feel, Tricks is being very vulnerable, and I appreciate that. It just makes you feel like we bust our butt. You know what it makes you feel like? It makes you feel like being the strongest ain't enough. And everybody want to talk about everybody wants to talk about what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody wants to talk about the integrity of comedy and doing that, do it the right way and, go and build your audience and blah, blah, blah. And, do it the right way. Don't search for shortcuts. And people like him, people like myself, do it the right way. And we get there and it's still not enough. It's still not enough. I get what he meant. I get it. I really do. He's won World Series of Comedy. I'm sure he's won several things. You tell us what to do, we do it, and it's still not enough. And that is what hurts. When I read it, I got chills. I was like, man, this dude is telling my story. Yeah, and so, but he did say something that I think is important, and he said, you got to be patient. I bought a thing to go on my wall the other day, and it's Muhammad Ali running. It's a picture of Muhammad Ali running from the back, and it says, keep going. And so the only solace that I have is to keep going. Because I'm 41, it ain't like I'm 21. It's not like the industry is looking for 50-year-olds. Like, hey, wait a video! So there's a personal fear. There's the fear that, what if I never make it? That's scary. And then I watched, this is how we help each other out and don't even know it. Then I saw a post from Jackie Fabulous. Maybe a month ago, 2 weeks ago. She just did her thing on AGT. She's just the nicest person. Every time I go to Comedy Magic Club, I feel like she's there, and she's just great. And so she put a post, and she was like, stop thinking that whatever AGT or whatever is you making it. Stop thinking that's success. If you're doing what you love and you can pay your bills, you're successful right now. And that is some great advice. And I started really feeling that way about 2 years ago. I'd gone through a challenging 16 and 17, I won't get into that. But, in August of 17, I got the best job of my life. And it's just been day job, been moving up, day job, boom, boom, boom. But I've been really honing it and really getting good at it. So I got the best day job of my life. Same time, comedy for me is going the best it's ever been. Meaning those gates still aren't open, but on the level I'm at, I'm getting more money at the level I'm at. I'm getting $500 shows rather than $100 shows, right? Sometimes I'm getting a $2,000 week rather than a $700 week. So comedy is going the best it's going. And at the same time, I'm learning how to be the best father I can be, right? I'm always a father, but the more you do something, the better you get. And so the last 2 years, I've been really, truly a single dad, right? I don't have anybody else to plan activities. I'm planning activities. I'm volunteering at school on Tuesdays. I'm just next week, we're taking my daughter to DC to let her see the African American History Museum and hang out with my best friend, Terrence. So all those things are going great at the same time. And I have to realize, take a step back every day and say, yo, I'm successful right now. If I don't make it one more level, if I don't get on AGT, if I don't get on Bring the Funny, if I don't make it any more level, if all I do from here on out is make $2,000 every 2 weeks on comedy, I keep my day job, make the same level, maybe continue to move up, and continue to have a great relationship with my daughter, that's success. I've made it. I'm still in the top 15 percentile of income earners. I'm happy. I'm in a house. The lights is on. I can go on vacation 3 or 4 times a year, get to go see my family. My parents are healthy. They just celebrated 50th anniversary. That is success. Now, do I want the other stuff? Yeah. But sometimes you want something so bad that you act, and the fear of not getting it actually pushes it away. I found, for me, that the best way to get whatever you want is already be grateful for whatever you have.